Welcome back to California Cooking. You know, the holidays, they are the best time of the year, but also the busiest. So coming up on today's show, I'm going to show you how I throw together an impromptu holiday party, some tricks and some things to make your life a whole lot easier. Then it's my latest obsession. It's the ultimate foodie destination. I get a tour of Eataly, and I get to go to their cooking school and learn from the master about how Italians celebrate the holiday. Plus, Chris Burrous has taken us to a place for all of you meat lovers. It's the stuff you crave: Wagyu, tomahawk steaks, and more. First up, 'tis the season for shopping. Westfield Century City Mall is so festive this time of year. They have everything you could possibly need for everybody on your list, but you have to check out Eataly. You eat, shop, and learn all in one place. Check it out. Marino. So great to see you again.
To see you again.
We actually know each other. You worked at a restaurant in my neighborhood,
Yes.
and I used to visit you there. And then here he shows up at the food mecca of all in California.
I'm like a mushroom. I pop up when you don't expect it. I come out.
This is a huge space.
Very
How many
big.
square feet?
62,000 square feet.
They redid the mall, and this is one of the anchors of this new space.
Lucky
it
us,
is
yes.
gorgeous.
It's beautiful, and they've been fantastic.
Yeah.
Also the mall, and they're continue to bring in also great addition to the mall.
You're going to take us on a tour.
Yes.
But this would be the best spot to come shopping if you have a foodie in your life for the holidays.
I think that if you love Italian food
Yeah.
and you are really conscientious of what you eat in base of nutriments, I think Italy is the spot to come and find the right product.
Okay, you're going to take me on a tour?
Are you ready? We're gonna run.
But we have to put on our running shoes. It's big. All right, let's go.
Okay, we go. Once you come in Italy, first of all, you start with a coffee here at Vergnano.
Of course, yeah.
After you had your coffee, this is where we make our production 24 hours of bread.
That's amazing.
We have our pastry department here. Everything is made in-house. Here is we have our retail store, so we are having everything from the sweets.
All of this stuff is, you can't find this everywhere. I mean,
No,
this
not
is
everywhere.
from...
It's Italy. This is
Italy.
Italy, from Italy for Italy.
Oh, here's the... Now
These are the panettone.
the panettone.
So this one is mixed with chocolate, and there is a cream with orange inside as well.
It's a mini store.
It is, and the beauty is that you can stop here. It's a one-stop shop.
Marino, this is
Yes.
the biggest pepper grinder I've seen. Look at this.
I'm sure that somebody has here you are. There is another one.
Oh,
It's even bigger.
even bigger.
Here you are.
Look at the olives.
You see,
Marino.
people think that there is only one olive, and there is
No.
different. There are like over 100 that we have in Italy.
When I was a little kid living in the Cleveland, Ohio, I only thought there was one olive and it was black and it came in a can.
That's it. with no pits.
With no pits.
No pits.
I've learned there are many.
There are a few.
Yeah. Oh.
So in the olive oil
Okay.
section, this is all we have. We have olive oil also on, as I say, on draft. So
draft.
you can buy from like a 250 millimeters to over a liter of what you like.
Marino, look at the fish market. Oh my gosh.
The fish is great.
Where do you get your fish from?
From a little bit from everywhere.
Yeah.
So we also support like a local fishermen, so that for like sustainability. So we have the fish that if you want like the fish from the Branzino di Orbetello from Italy, we will have it.
Wow.
We have all those imported fish, but we also like to use what we have here in California.
Amazing.
If you are a meat lover, then you can.
Look at this bad boy. Oh man.
So as you can see, we dry age our meat, as you say, to perfection. We have a Wagyu beef. We have, the favorite. Sometimes we do also the dry age burgers that are fantastic.
Yeah. Vino, as far as the eye can see.
Vino galore.
And this is great. This helps me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know my regions and the wines. This
I know.
is great. Are all of these Italian wines?
Yes.
They are.
We have a small selection of local California wines as well.
Yeah.
But if you're coming to Italy, you really want to have some Italian wines. And for holidays in Italy, it's very common to use large format.
Bigger bottles.
Bigger bottles. This is a Magnum, you have the Ferrari Brut. So this is to start.
This is just hello.
Why one bottle when you can have, this is still one bottle.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how you say it. It's like,
You're right. We only had one bottle.
Exactly,
It was
so-
huge, but we only had one bottle.
so this one is 1.5 liters. We do have a 3 liters. We can get you 6 liters if you really know your friends. Not
Do you
the
gift
bad one.
wrap?
I do. We do actually. I don't.
Are you making
You don't want me to gift wrap your presents because it will be falling apart.
We love you. Aw, happy holidays. I could spend hours in that place. And if you have a foodie friend in your life, you have got to go to Eataly and get them something on their Christmas list. Coming up, I'm sharing some of my festive tips and tricks on how to throw an impromptu holiday party. Then I get into the kitchen at Eataly's cooking school and make some traditional Italian holiday dishes. And Chris Burrous takes us to a restaurant and butcher shop that's serving up some high-quality meats. That's coming up next. As you know, I love to entertain, especially this time of year, but I want to make it easy and simple. So I have a few tricks and tips that'll help you get through the holidays with ease. I don't know about you, but what I love about the holidays is when people just come over and you can have a little bite to eat, maybe some champagne, visit with one another, and then everybody goes home. Something quick and easy is what you need. And that's what I pulled together today. Stuff that you can just run to the grocery store, pick up a few items, and it looks like you really spent some time on it. For starters, I'm all about the house feeling Christmassy, and I thought the easiest way to do that is just to get some cut greens. Forget fancy flowers or floral arrangements. This is the easiest thing. You go to the grocery store, or even if you have some leftover from the tree you bought, you stick them in a vase, and then I took these little lights and I just wrapped them around the branches, and they're so easy and they smell like pine and give you the feeling of Christmas. Always at the grocery store you can get some red roses or white roses, and there's nothing more Christmassy I think than the red and green combination. So just put those in a regular drinking glass. I always like sticking candles around the table. They don't have to match. You can have some tall, some big, some little, and it gives that ambiance that you want around the holidays. And candy, any kind of candy you have, whether it's stuff that you maybe are going to put in the stocking, but you pull it out for a little party, like candy canes and these little Hanukkah gelt, which are sparkly and festive. A cute napkin that you can pick up anywhere. Home Goods has some, World Market. And then the food. The food is one of those things that you don't have a lot of time to bake or prep. So go to the store and get some easy ingredients, but make it look like you spent all day on it. This flatbread, our festive flatbread, is so yummy. So what I did is I went to Trader Joe's and saw they had this already cooked pizza crust. You stick it in the oven, put some mascarpone cheese on the bottom, some fontina on top shredded, a little bit of cranberry sauce just dotted around like little jewels on top of the flatbread. And then you get some rosemary, you chop it up, you sprinkle it on top, and it is so delicious. And it took 8 minutes. I kid you not, no time at all. On to our little appetizer here, which is red, white, and green for Christmas, and it has the little tiny mozzarella balls. You've got a bit of basil, some fresh basil, and then some sun-dried tomatoes. You buy some sweet little toothpicks that have something festive on top, or regular ones, and you put it on a pretty tray, and it took 2 minutes to pull that together. No cooking, didn't even have to turn on the oven. For dessert, I think what makes something really look impressive is when you take your cake stands. If you have a cake stand, this isn't even a real cake stand. I just took a little pedestal that had a candle on it, and I put a plate on top. And when you stack it, I think it looks more impressive. But just strawberries, beautiful red strawberries I saw at the grocery store, and in the middle, a big bowl of homemade whipped cream. But in the whipped cream, I added some eggnog, because eggnog's one of those things you have in the fridge. I don't really enjoy drinking it, but I love adding it to recipes this time of year. So that really kicks up your homemade whipped cream. And then these little madeleines. I didn't bake them, but I went to the grocery store and bought them, and I think they look really festive and fun. You dip them in melted white chocolate, and you sprinkle them with crushed up candy canes. And voila, you've got a really impressive little tray of desserts, and you didn't have to bake a thing. Another thing with an impromptu holiday party, worrying about too many different beverages, white wine, red wine, cocktails. Festive to me means a little bottle of champagne or Prosecco, and that's an instant party, and it looks pretty in the champagne bucket. This sound, the holidays, and everybody can help themselves. You could even do a little champagne bar, but if you want to keep it easy, just put a bucket out with a bottle and say, Merry Christmas, cheers. I really think entertaining is my happy place. If you want to know how to make the festive flatbread or the white chocolate dipped madeleines with the peppermint or anything else I made, go to Eataly.com. Back to my latest obsession, I get into the kitchen at Eataly. It's their cooking school with their chef who's from Italy and tells me all about their Italian traditions. I have found my favorite place on the planet. It has now come to Los Angeles, Italy. This is Chef Dennis Dello Strito.
Buongiorno, benvenuta.
How
are you?
Naples,
From
Italy?
Naples, yes, from Naples.
What is it about Italian food that's so delicious?
I think it's tradition first, tradition and family first, because domestic Italian food is what keep people together.
Chef, we're gonna make what kind of salad today?
Di rinforzo.
Di rinforzo.
You see, you're ready to go
What
to
does that
Naples.
mean?
Reinforced.
Reinforced?
Reinforced.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this something that you would eat at home?
24 December night, Christmas Eve in Naples.
Really?
You cannot sit on the table if there is not this salad.
Okay, let's make your salad. I think this is so special and easy, really.
Yes, 100% is easy. Like basically the only things, this is a cauliflower just quickly blanched in water and vinegar.
And you break it into kind of bite size.
Yes, like this.
Okay. So we've put in some green. What are the green olives and black? Do they have a name? Or
Yes,
Okay.
this is a nocellara and this is a castelvetrano.
Capers.
Capers from Pantelleria.
So I'm taking these really delicious little, a pearl onion, would they be?
Yes, pearl pickled, even.
Pearl
yes.
pickled
Onion.
pearl onions.
Yes.
And I'm quartering them. I'm
Oh,
also
these are
supposed to
spicy.
quarter these.
Yes.
So what are these called?
Papacelle.
Aha, papacelle. Also pickled?
Is a pickled kind of a pepper. These are a little sweet.
But then they have a little spicy note.
Yes, it's spicy. Basically a home.
Oh, so much
Fresh
flavor.
parsley.
Fresh. So now you're chopping up some
Pickled pepper.
roasted, pickled?
Yes.
Pickled.
Actually, the secret is use always the same juice where you cook the cauliflower
Yeah.
for pickle the rest of the ingredients because this salad is like blend all the flavor together.
Yeah. I see anchovy. Is that anchovy?
Yes, anchovies.
Okay, so do you kind of just chop them up or do you throw them in like that?
You throw them like that because more you mix, they more break down.
And do I put the oil? No.
No, the oil no. Now I think just a little bit of vinegar, like around for this amount, 2 spoons of vinegar will be okay.
Okay.
That's it. A little bit of olive oil.
You've got your salt.
Salt is a very a little, and pepper. I know you like pepper. And now you can mix.
Okay.
And now is the time you can add the salt and cod.
This is
It's just
preserved.
Okay, this is a salted cod. This
Yeah.
is need to be soaked for 3 days.
For anyone who loves olives and pickles and spicy and vinegary, this is the salad for
I
you.
think this is the salad for the Christmas, yes.
Beautiful. It's almost impossible to get all the ingredients in one bite, but I'm gonna try.
You see how it changes the flavor?
That is so tasty.
Now we're gonna make ravioli. You good making ravioli?
I've never done it.
You're gonna do
I
today.
can't wait.
But before we need the filling.
Okay.
We're gonna make filling before. Because the filling is the most important part. I keep in this because the filling must be made at least 3-4 days in advance.
So you're gonna do the squash, you roasted it.
I'm gonna roast the squash. As soon as you start to see it a little bit dark, you take it out and you let it cooling down.
I'm gonna grind up the amaretti cookies.
Yes, please. Now, half of this Parmigiano Reggiano.
Half of the Parmesan.
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
And you can grate a little bit of nutmeg inside
Okay.
while I chop some
This is
mostarda.
the teeniest little grater I've ever seen. Now this is an ingredient that you sell here. I don't know that this would be easy to find everywhere.
No, definitely it's nice to find. Basically, is a fermented fruit in a syrup, but we use the essential oil of mustard.
So it has a sweet but mustardy,
Spicy.
pickly feel. And it's apple.
This is apple and pear. I like to add a little bit of the juice because people from Mantova, they say the ravioli, tortelli piemontese, they need to be sweet.
Okay.
Okay? Now you can start to mix. You see how get together now?
Now, this on top or in here?
Inside. Now you can go.
The whole thing?
And now you see, because first the wet ingredients. You control, you check how is the moisture inside. If it's a little bit wet, you can use more crumble bread or not. But now I think we are okay.
Okay. And here's our dough, our ravioli pasta dough.
The secret is, first gently fold in half, okay? Very gently, you wanna make just a line and you reopen. Now you see where is this line?
Yes.
Okay. Now you take the filling and with the 2 spoons, now right in the line, you're gonna make a little pearl of filling.
I went a little, look at mine next, I went a little large.
This is great because your dough is bigger. Now we flip, okay? And stop it. And now you go between, you squeeze a little bit, each one, okay? With your finger, you go just to squeeze all the air out.
This is so fun.
You can use this to cut, or you can use simple pasta cutter, yes.
And here's the thing, so they're not perfect. Well, it's okay.
Everything artisanal never should be perfect.
That's right.
Why we want to have everything look the same?
We want it to look homemade, so we get the credit.
Yes.
Sauce.
We do a little bit of butter. I'm a Neapolitan. I want a little bit touch of olive oil all the time. A little bit. The most important things is when we make pasta is salting the water. Salt in the water, people always ask how much salt I should have. The salt is for each liter, for each quarter of water, you want 15 grams of salt.
Watch how much you're gonna put. I have a feeling it's a lot. Yeah.
Not they do brown butter and pepper.
So when it starts to show up brown, that's when you got it. You don't want to burn it.
And there is the time when you're gonna add a little bit of pepper and you're gonna add the scoop of water.
Okay.
Now the water is boiling. Let it boil again for a second. We're gonna add a little bit of pepper in this. A little bit pepper because it's kind of you're roasting the pepper. And you can start to smell the butter, okay? When the foam coming up, is the time to change the color. You see it's a very light brown. At this time we start to get ready. Don't be scared, but you need to have a little bit of water inside.
Yeah, so it doesn't keep burning or cooking.
But this time you can do just, that's it. It's time to add just a little bit of more butter, a little bit more water. Go up with the...
Is it a must to have wine with an Italian meal? It really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep on the
Another
table.
reason we love the Italians.
100%. And now we are ready to plate this. And now, what do you think? What miss?
Oh, some
Please.
Parmigiano.
Parmigiano. Be generous.
Snow. Okay, chef, it's time.
They look nice. Hopefully they taste.
They look incredible.
Let's check it out.
It's so complex, even
Yes.
though it's not that many ingredients. Next Christmas, I'm going to Italy.
Yes, next Christmas, this one. I think you are still on time.
How do you say it in Italian? Merry Christmas?
Buon Natale.
Buon Natale.
Buon Natale.
Mwah, and mwah.
Buon Natale, ci vediamo presto.
Thank you so
Grazie
much.
mille.
You too. I love Chef Dennis, and those Italians, they know how to celebrate. If you want to know how to make that homemade pasta, go to KTLA.com to find out how. Coming up, Chris Burrous takes us to a restaurant and butcher shop where you can get your holiday ham, turkey, lamb, and steaks. That's coming up. Onto a spot with high-quality meats you crave, Chris Burrous takes us to the Meat Cellar.
Got this email from Christian, says tomahawk steak served on a hot cast iron grill and super poutine. Meet me at the Meat Cellar in Claremont. We're right here on Route 66. Let's go inside. Chris, hi, I'm Chris.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. It makes sense when you think of it. There's the butcher, there's the table to eat.
Yep.
There's like no middleman.
Nothing. It's so good. I just like the ability to kind of see what type of meat that you're choosing and see how fresh everything is. And
So instead of farm to table, it's more butcher to table.
exactly.
Welcome to the Meat Cellar. What can I get for you?
I'll have the tomahawk steak.
Short rib poutine. First, they grab your giant tomahawk steak out of the meat case. You can choose which one if you like. It's brought back to the kitchen, spiced, salted, peppered, down on the flat top to get some sear, and finished in the oven to cook it through. Look at the color of this beauty. My poutine, veal-based gravy topping the house-made skin-on fries, short rib meat heaped on, and instead of the traditional cheese curds, it's shredded cheese. Oh my gosh.
Holy moly. Oh my gosh, look at how this is cooked. Medium to perfection. Oh my God. It's eye-rolling good. It's so good. So good.
It really is perfect. I mean, you mind if I look? I mean, it's just pink right where you want it, that nice crust. It's beautiful.
The Brussels sprouts are tossed in with balsamic and bacon.
It's a kettle of poutine served on a plank. Love how this looks. Let's dive in. So you've got the veal gravy. That's wonderful. I think it's better without the cheese curd. This is craveable. This is, I'd drive an hour and a half for that. Look at this beautiful short rib. Ugh. Stick a fork in it. It's fantastic. Total for everything we ate here today, $105.42. Let me have that make sense. That is a tomahawk. That's about 2 pounds of that incredible quality beef. However, if you want to try things that are less expensive, this poutine was $15. This will easily feed 3. Chris, thank you so much for tipping us off to this place. Like all things, in a strip mall, sandwiched in between a Starbucks and a health clinic. Thanks for watching Channel 5.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Bye.
Oh my gosh, Chris, that was the biggest steak I've ever seen. That tomahawk was bigger than my head. Well, if you want to check out the Meat Cellar, you can get great gifts for the holidays. They have gift baskets, and they can even cater your party. Thanks for being with us. Happy holidays. We'll see you next time. You're not allowed to say I'm full at the Italian table.
I mean, you can try. I don't know if they believe you. If there is grandma around, you cannot stop.
No. Is it a must to have wine with an Italian meal? It really is.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are kids around the table? No, but
Yeah.
yes, we need wine.
They've redone the mall here, the Westfield Mall in Culver City. And, no, sorry. Where are we? Century City.
Century City. Century City. So, if you see Culver City, security is already outside waiting for you.